So for our project, we had Dysarthria. We had an 80-year-old female client diagnosed with the Dysarthria, and she presents with imprecise production of consonants. Student learning outcomes, awareness of the characteristics of Dysarthria in adults, knowledge of a range of intervention procedures and management approaches in Dysarthria, and the ability to apply speech science instrumentation to therapy with clients diagnosed with Dysarthria. Definition of Dysarthria. Dysarthria is the result of neuromotor damage to the peripheral or central nervous system, which negatively affects any of the 5 parts of speech production, which are respiration, phonation, resonance, articulation, and processing.
So clients with dysarthria can experience difficulties in any of these areas, all important to speech, like Nicole just said. So just to expand on them a little bit, respiration is nerve damage affecting a client's ability to coordinate airflow in connected speech. Phonation is when neuromuscular damage causes hypo or hyperadduction of the vocal folds, resulting in breathy or harsh quality of voice. Resonance is damage to the vocal folds, resulting in change of the client's quality of voice. Articulation, neuromotor damage affecting the lips, jaw, tongue, velum, or vocal folds, which can cause imprecise consonants, distorted vowels, inappropriate silences, and irregular articulatory breakdowns. And the last one, prosody, is inappropriate stress and intonation patterns due to reduced muscular strength. So there are a few ways in which dysarthria is usually treated. There are 4 basic approaches to dysarthria, which we're going to expand upon as well. The first one's behavioral. The second one is prosthetic devices. The third is medical and surgical procedures. And the final one is AAC.
Okay, so the first therapy would be behavioral, which improves the client's performance on non-speech and speech tasks, such as verbal reinforcement, biofeedback, delayed auditory feedback, and pacing boards. If you guys are unfamiliar with those terms, they're on the worksheet that we passed out. The second one is prosthetic device, which is a device used to replace the function of a missing or impaired part of speech mechanism, such as the palatal lift, which elevates the soft palate to decrease hypernasality in clients with velopharyngeal weakness. The third one is medical and surgical procedures, which are drugs or surgical procedures used to improve the speech production system, such as pharyngeal flap surgery or photosurgery. And the pharyngeal flap surgery is a procedure to correct airflow during speech production. It stores pharyngeal confidence. And the photosurgery removes lesions, nodules, and tumors on vocal folds. And the last approach would be an AAC device, which is a nonverbal form of communication to replace speech, such as communication boards or alphabet boards, gestural systems, computers, and speech synthesizers. So our intervention, our client presents with dysarthria characterized by an imprecise consonant production, and therapy will focus on the articulation component of speech production using phonetic placement exercises. And this can be a component of the behavioral approach therapy that we just discussed. I have 2 little short-term outcomes for treatment, which is the client will produce the VCV syllables EB with clinical model with 75% accuracy over 4 sessions. And the second one is the client will produce VCV syllables ABA with clinical model with 70% accuracy within 4 sessions.
Okay, so for treatment, the client will be recorded while producing the VCV syllable utterances. Using the hierarchical development of consonant production, we'll focus first on bilabials and then go into labiodentals, alveolars, and velars. Weight surfer instrumentation will be used to analyze the client's production of the bilabial consonant B. So on this slide, we just have the screenshots of the clinician model of what EBE should look like on the spectrogram output. So we have a stopgap in that corner, and that tells us that a stop is coming right before the B happens, and there's a lot of energy happening. And then in the client's production, the client had trouble with the labial seal for the B, So we see a voice bar at the bottom, but there's not a lot of energy, and there's actually no stop at all where a stopgap should be. And then if you go to the next slide. And then this is a video of, yeah, it's okay, the clinical model.
E-B. E-B.
And that's just how the spectrogram is seen. Yeah, you know that. And then this is how the client produces EB. And then this is what the client produces. So this is, again, like the spectrogram output. And then, yeah, is that it? Okay, and then that's it. Do you have any questions?
All right. Our questions are on the back of the handout.
Oh yeah, the handout. The Dysarthria handout. Questions are on that.